Hello, Claridge House. I'm Harvey Susswine, President of the Board of Trustees. In a few weeks, you'll be asked to cast your vote on the future of Claridge House 1, whether to authorize the board to take out a long-term loan to help pay for redecorating our hallways, replacing our aging elevators, and installing a new intercom system. This is an important vote as it bears directly on maintaining the brand of Claridge House as a luxury residential community and protecting our investments as owners. I'll have more to say about the financial aspects of the project later in the video. Our main purpose here is to describe for you what the project, particularly redecorating the hallways, means. What is the extent of work? What will look different? What exactly is involved in giving our hallways a makeover? And why is now the right time to replace our aging elevators and intercom systems? To answer these questions, I can't think of anyone better than Scott Klein, immediate past president of the board, and I might add a veteran of the last redecoration project in 1995, 26 years ago. Scott?
Thank you, Harvey. I'm here to talk to you tonight about the actual process and the scope of work we plan to do in the next year. Regarding the hallways, we are going to replace the carpet, we're going to replace the wall covering, we're going to design a new lighting plan that better illuminates the hallways, we're going to add moldings where we don't have them now, and we're going to refurbish or replace the doors. Right now, we're getting bids for all the possible options we have, but by the time of the town hall meeting on March 1st or March 2nd, we'll be able to answer any of your questions. The process is long, there are a lot of details, but we haven't touched on any of the design elements of the project at this point. So any questions you might have that relate to the specific design of the project, we're not there yet. So any questions you might have, direct them towards me. And thank you.
Thank you, Scott. So as you've heard, this is a large project with a lot of moving parts. But if approved by owners, we can move ahead rapidly but prudently. A tremendous amount of planning has been done, and we've assembled a first-rate team of professionals to work with us. Let me say a few words about the finances associated with this project. As stated in the recent letter to owners, we estimate the total cost to be $4.2 to $4.5 million. Roughly 2/3 of the dollars go to the hallways, and roughly 1/3 to elevators and intercoms. We quote a range of costs at this point because there are still important design choices to be made. For example, doors, as Scott mentioned, replace or refurbish. We're looking at the pros and cons of all options in considerable depth. Both cost and aesthetic issues are at play. And doors are just one of many choices to be addressed if the vote passes and we proceed to formal design. Even at the high end of the cost range, $4.5 million, we can pay for this without imposing any special assessment. We will take out a 10-year loan for $3 million and fund the balance from our existing capital reserves. Interest rates are at historic lows, so now is a good time to borrow. By stretching our loan repayment over 10 years, we can easily cover our loan payments without any assessment. This is important, so let me repeat. There is no special assessment associated with this project. In fact, this pledge will be explicitly part of the ballot measure we all shortly will vote on. So residents ask me, what's the catch? How can we do a big project like hallways and elevators with no assessment? The answer is, there is no catch. Over the past few years, we have significantly increased our contributions to capital reserves. We saved for our future. In addition, we have seen record amounts of income from membership fees, the 5-month maintenance paid by new buyers, and every dollar of membership fees goes to the capital reserve. We hope that this continues, but are not relying on it as a funding source. Then residents ask, well, aren't you just going to increase annual maintenance to make up for no special assessment? Again, the answer is no, as there is no need. Maintenance fees will increase in the future, but not out of line with general cost of living increases. So finally they ask, these residents are very astute and persistent. Okay, no assessment, but won't the town increase our property appraisals and raise our real estate taxes? Good question. Again, the answer is no. I spoke personally with the town assessor. We have in writing that redecoration of our hallways will not trigger any revaluation of our units or increase our taxes. So this is a project that everyone should support, and we hope you will do so. As a community, we've already done a lot of the heavy lifting to build up our capital reserves. Now we can enjoy the fruits of our work by giving our building a needed makeover and without any new assessments. What a nice gift to give ourselves after the nightmare of COVID-19. Many of you have questions, and I hope we have most of the answers. We know a lot at this point, but we don't know everything. A virtual town hall is scheduled for Tuesday evening, March 2nd. You can submit questions in advance or type them in during the town hall. We look forward to sharing your concerns and views on this most important undertaking for our community. And now we'll hear briefly from other members of the Board of Trustees.
Welcome to each of you, and thanks for joining us. My name is Paul Prelick, and I serve as one of your 5 Board of Trustees here at Claridge House 1. Let me give you some history. This building was built and opened as a luxury rental property in 1965. 15 years later, in 1980, the property was converting from rental to condominium. The hallways were redone as part of a building-wide freshening up to increase values as units went on to the open market. 15 years later, in 1995, Claridge House 1 condominium redid the hallways once again to the current look we still have today. Although not a board member at that time, I worked closely with the designer and the board president. I am well aware of the monumental and challenging tasks that lay before us. Now we are 26 years later and in desperate need of and overdue for a facelift. As much as I don't necessarily want to have to keep up with the Joneses, in the current real estate market, we have no choice. The upcoming vote for this project is critically important. 42% of the current membership has only been here for no more than 5 years. So I would like to speak for this next moment to our newer members. New owners sometimes shy away from building politics, in part because it is overwhelming coming in as the new kids on the block. Please get involved. Ask questions, submit comments or concerns you have ahead of time to the office, and they will all be answered during our virtual town hall on Tuesday, March 2nd. Our 26-year-old hallways are not keeping up with the times and don't reflect the image we are trying to portray. They are fraying and not just at the edges. We certainly did get our money's worth out of them, but it's time for an upscale and sophisticated upgrade.
Hello, and thank you for your interest in our hallway project. My name is Brad Micklin. I'm currently serving the 2nd term as a Board of Trustee and this year's Treasurer. Serving in this capacity has allowed me to see the day-to-day operations, and I've learned both what's great and not so great about our building. I got to see what is decaying and needs to be replaced, and what is strong and going forward well for our future. With this knowledge, my wife and I have purchased 3 different units in the building because we believe in the leadership of both the board and the unit owners to carry us forward in the future, and doing what's right to preserve not only our current luxury brand, but also to maintain and develop a strong resale value for our future. I also think this is the best time for us to do a project like this. We can borrow money at an all-time low, and we're funded well enough where we can do this without an assessment to the unit owners. That's why I strongly urge you to support this vote and to let any of us know in advance if you have any questions or concerns we can address before you actually need to make this decision. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to supporting you through the rest of my term and the future with our building.
Hi, I'm Beverly Ficon, your board secretary. As I sat at my computer today, taking a snow day, which many of us probably did as well, I thought to myself, there's no such thing as a snow day anymore. You have a computer, so you work at home. I linger for the old days when we could all take a snow day. So why are we here tonight? To talk about the old days? I don't think so. We're here to talk about going forward. The board is here tonight to support the initiative and to go forward with our hallways. The hallway initiative should be very important to all of us. Harvey and Scott have done all of our groundwork to support this initiative, but we need your vote to go forward. As has been explained to all the people who spoke before me, without your vote, we will not be able to go forward. A absent vote is a no vote, so you must come in to vote. It is my way to always take a statement from someone of note. Tonight I chose Winston Churchill. He said, "It is no use saying we are doing our best. You have to succeed in doing what is necessary." Our halls are shabby, and only you can improve what you see each day. And to complete the statement by Winston Churchill, he said, "We shape our dwellings, and afterwards our dwellings shape us." Your yes vote will support the efforts of the board, and we must complete this project. Please vote to show your support.